All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're there. Glorious number 9. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Ladies and gentlemen, Corr de Joch. Whoa, here he comes.
Okay, so I am not a formally trained clown or stuntman, but I have been called an escaped cartoon, which is an asset not, rarely called upon for contributions to great works. But in June of '08, I hitched into Richmond, Virginia, summoned by Earth First and Mountain Justice to help stop Dominion Power Corporation's new coal-fired power plant in Wise County. Okay, they needed a diversion to stop traffic without alerting police or attracting them long enough to install the 11-woman direct action that was being put in by 11 hard, gangsterish gypsies that had deemed only 2 men just girly enough to roll with them. I said, how long do you need? 13 minutes. 4 of us hatched a plan over the maps and called it the soft blockade. We tuned up an old rusty bike and loosened every part of it and practiced all night long to the sounds of sawing metal and mixing concrete, cement. At 6 a.m., we all got synchronized watches and rolled out chugging coffee, dropped me and the fragile bike off at a strategic vantage halfway down Dominion's only road in or out. 6 minutes till impact, a RPD police cruiser rolled up and idled at me. I smiled like I had a fine reason to be gazing over an aqueduct at dawn in a pink pop collar button up all the way tucked into Gabby's lime green short shorts. At 1 minute till impact, a mud turtle poked up and looked me in the eye. I said, "Turtle, you know we're trying to help. So, if you would kindly hook up some of that slow magic, and which bought us 3 minutes we needed for the cop to get bored and roll out and pass green truck on the horizon. 5 cars behind green truck was red SUV, my target. Mount, merge, roll out, and overtake red SUV on driver's side with loud wolf whistle and hello, ladies. Whoa! Fall, smack, front wheel well, loud, to push off, flip, plant both hands on yellow line, gripping bike between legs into clumsy cartwheel, so 700 book pages fall from backpack before me and bike smash splendidly to bits in the other lane. And an SUV screams sideways across their lane. The hard hats on a nearby scaffold laughed so hard they dropped a toolbox and kept laughing. No one pitied me. As the 3 women sprang from the SUV, I thought, I've hit the wrong car. Didn't know them. With all shaved down with makeup and hairdos and office girl outfits. But I sat up and said, I'm okay. And as Katie did, we're using code names. Katie did announce to the jamming traffic, I'm calling 911. and made a big scene of yelling into the dead cell phone just so nobody else would call. Mantis ran around picking up all of my valuable documents as Gabby ran over and held me down, shouting, "You should really stay down. You might not be okay." My legs were a lot bloodier than expected, but the road had walls on both sides. There was no driving around us. But the first cars in the jam jumped out and were like, to Katie, could you move your car or that idiot so we can get to work? And Katie did's like, "That idiot is inebriated and injured, and I will not be liable for this tampering with the scene." And they got back in their cars, and at a minute 11, the green truck returned, and I cleared its lane, and red sub U-turned in behind it, and they left me as traffic resumed for 2 minutes and locked up again, and every kind of cop vehicle screamed past in the inbound, in the outbound lane, and my legs just started running after them. At the by default hard blockade, they were arresting everyone looking activisty and not locked down. 4 women were linked across the road with the middle women's arms punched into an oil drum locked to their partners by steel pipes all filled with cement. The oil drum said, "We won't stop till you do," and had a rope into the sky over the grill, into the grill of Lee Bridge, and back down dangling was my friend, your friend, Banana Spider. Just so they couldn't move the blockade without being liable for killing him. And he'd only respond in German, though he's from West Virginia. The law didn't feel comfortable beating on conventional-looking women in front of the gathering crowd, but man, did they want Banana. They climbed up on the jail bus and were trying to reach him. He was just out of reach like a donut on a fishing line. And so they went to work on the women, applying pain compliance procedures, grinding billy clubs into pressure points, bending joints the wrong way, revving angle grinder in their ears saying, "You gotta choose to unlock or risk a maiming." And our legal response team couldn't manually apply social conscience to the police from inside the jail bus. So the only collaborators still in the crowd were our media liaison, Hannah, who's juggling 4 live cell phones, and me. So I let loose my horrified inner child to loom too close to the brutality with Buto-style time bomb facial tremors for an overall effect not unlike channeling SpongeBob's starfish boyfriend, except like pre-verbal with bleeding knees. Which really distracted the torturers, who were already feeling overwhelmed by the arriving media and the apparent euro in the sky going, "Nein, bitte, nein!" So they could not begin to figure out what to do with the wounded cartoon boy who went slack every time they addressed him, but instantly boiled over when the cruelty resumed. So it seemed to help, so I kept it up till they cut everybody out, and they arrested everybody, and the traffic got through, so Nanner Spider dropped down, and they found out that everybody in the blockade was wearing adult diapers and just about died laughing while me and Hannah slipped away talking on 2 cell phones each to pro bono lawyers and reporters, and nobody ever reported the soft blockade, so they still don't know how we did it. Nobody knows except y'all. Hannah's here tonight. Thanks, y'all.
Corr de Joch, ladies and gentlemen. Thank goodness there's only one. No, and that's a good thing. But could you imagine two of them? I have a hard time listening to Corr tell a story I cannot keep my mouth closed. I always notice halfway through, I'm like, a little guppy syndrome. I would like to be a red blood cell in Corr's body for about an hour. Because I think that would be the experience of a lifetime.